there's a cat over there. Hello, cat. Hello, my dudes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, hello. I just wanted to do kind of a fun little vlog style kind of video story time thing because I felt like it. I've been really busy. I've been working a lot and stuff, so this is just what we have time for now and what we're going to be doing. So a little bit short, sweet, chill, calm video. Hopefully you guys like it. Not that anyone watches my videos, but I watch them in the process of making them and editing them, so you know, I get to watch this, so hopefully I enjoy it. Yeah, I just got off of work for today, so it's fun. I've been working as a receptionist, so really cool, fun stuff. And then next couple weeks I work as a camp counselor, so that's super fun. I'm excited about that. I'll see my kiddos again. Very excited. So I have made a couple videos quite a while ago that I have not edited yet because, like I said, I've been busy working a lot and I have not had the mental capacity to do that. So mostly because those take a little bit more editing, and this one probably won't. So this one you'll probably see before those ones. One I made, I did a playthrough of when I got Animal Crossing the first time, and that was quite a while ago. We've advanced much farther since then, but you know, you'll eventually see that video, and then eventually after that I'll show you an updated video of my town. Not that anything's truly changed, because I will always be indebted to that little raccoon boy, so really you haven't missed much. In the meantime, we'll be doing, I wanted to do some just like fun little short story time videos because they're a little easier for me to make. You know, they're just stories that I tell my friends, sometimes just little fun stories, because sometimes weird things happen to me and I think they're kind of entertaining. It's whatever. Also, I hope you guys like my dress. I like this dress because it has these fun little sleeves that are kind of like poofy. Can you see that? I don't know if you can with my seatbelt on. So yes, this video, as you can tell by the title, is the time I almost died at summer camp. Now, I'd like to clarify, it's probably pretty obvious, but yes, that is a bit of an exaggeration. I did not really almost die, but technically I could have, if you like, you know, if you really like think about it, if everything was the, you know, I could have, very loosely, could have died. And that's just how YouTube works. So, I don't know, arrest me or sue me if you have a problem with me titling it that, but I'm going to tell you my story anyways. Alright, so something you should know is that whenever I was like growing up and when I was little, I had asthma, but like not severe asthma. It was more like whenever I worked out or did sports and stuff, I would have it then. So sports-induced asthma was the technical term. So yeah, and then also whenever I got sick, I would always get coughs really bad and it would kind of like flare up a little then. I was never in any like super bad, like I didn't have really, really bad asthma. My brother did, but I just had like a teeny little twinge of asthma, you know, just a little flare. And so, yes, that's just so you know. Keep that in mind, I guess. So one time I was going to this summer camp. It was one I had been to once before. I think I only went to it like 2-3 times at most, but it was a sleepaway camp. So, you know, you stay there for a week or whatever. This one was a 2-week camp, which was the most I'd ever stayed away from home. But I think this was the second time I'd been to this camp, so it wasn't like my first time being away from 2 weeks. It was just my second time being away for 2 weeks. And this was about in like 5th or 6th grade, I think. So I was still, you know, pretty young, whatever, but I enjoyed it the first time around. I loved like the activities and stuff. So I was going for this 2-week camp, and the first week was like, it was normal. I did this horse program there where you woke up a little bit earlier, and because you had 3 activities in the morning. So I did a horse program where you woke up a little bit earlier, and then you got to help saddle the horses, take care of them, and then help facilitate one of the activities of the horses with the little like younger kiddos. Yeah, so the first week went by, you know, pretty normally. So I wasn't feeling like 100%, but I was like, all right. But then around Thursday, Friday, I started kind of feeling a little bit sick. Like, my head was really hurting and my stomach was hurting. I just wasn't feeling too great, but it wasn't like anything too bad. So I was just going on as normal. And then that weekend came around, and on Sunday, so like Sunday the week before is whenever I got to camp. So that Sunday is when the new wave of campers came, because some people only stayed 1 week, whereas like I and some of my friends stayed 2 weeks. So if they were only going to come 1 week, they came that next Sunday. So after I'd already been there for a week. So my brothers, 2 of my brothers came for that second week, just for the 1 week. And so my parents were up that weekend, and I was talking to my mom, and I was like, hey, and I was like, do you have any Advil or anything? Because I don't really feel well, like my head hurts. Like, I'm fine. I don't need to go home. I just don't feel super great. And so I think she gave me Advil or something. I don't know. But it was fine. And then she went home. My brothers were there. My parents went home. And then I was like ready for the next week of camp. You know, I still didn't feel super 100%, but it was whatever. It was camp. I wasn't going to give up a week just because I didn't feel great. So like I said, I always get coughs pretty bad. Like a couple years before this, I had pneumonia twice, which was just so fun. But walking pneumonia, so not like where you're in the hospital, but like where you're able to not be hospitalized, but you still have the other part of pneumonia. If you guys know what that is, anyway. So it's not like as severe as pneumonia that you get hospitalized for, but it's still like you're sick. So I had that twice, and then always afterwards I would have a cough for like months after I was sick. I just would get coughs and they wouldn't go away forever. It was like annoying. But yeah, so like I said, I always get coughs really bad. So like that Monday I start having a cough, and it's like, you know, the coughs that come for your chest and they kind of like hurt. It was like one of those coughs. And this starts out and I start kind of feeling worse. Like I just, you know, you just feel sick, and I was out in the heat all day, and because this camp wasn't air conditioned either. I forgot to mention that. There's no air conditioning in this camp except for like one building. So I was out in the heat literally all day. There was no place I could go that was cool or anything. I was doing all these hot activities, but I was still having a fun time. So, you know, I was surviving. I was chilling. Continue on this week at camp. So I can continue on this week at camp. Get more and more sick as the week goes on. Like I'm coughing really bad. So like I have like a really, really bad cough. I would cough all night. I wouldn't sleep at all. I felt really bad for my cabin mates because I feel like it was probably really annoying, but I didn't sleep at all because I couldn't. I would just keep myself up because I was coughing so bad. I felt horrible. And then during the day, during the activities, I would be exhausted because I did not sleep at all. So I remember one morning, I went with my friends to do the horse training thing because I said that was a little bit earlier in the morning. And we went, and I was so like physically weak from being sick. I was trying to lift the saddle on the horse and I just could not do it. And so they let me like lay down on a bench, and I lay down on a bench and took a nap for like 30 minutes that morning because I just was so sick. I couldn't sleep at night, and I was so like physically just not doing well. So yeah, I'm really just not doing well. And so, you know, you might think, Isabella, why didn't you go to the nurse? Well, I did. Fun fact. So I went to the nurse, and I'm like, I'm dying. I'm not doing well. I feel very, very weak. I am doing all this physical activities. I can't eat. I just don't feel well. My throat hurts. I'm losing my voice. I remember at one point I tried to ask my counselor to go to the bathroom, and it just came out raspy, and she was like, girl, like, can you speak? Like, are you good? And I was like, no. No, I lost my voice. So just everything's bad. I went to the nurse. I don't know. I guess just asking for anything. Hello again. All right. So yes, I went to the nurse. I'm just not doing well at all. Yeah, so I asked her for like, I don't know, anything, support, something to make me feel better. And my girl is like, I cannot give you anything, any medicine or anything, I guess because my parents hadn't, just in case I was allergic. Like, I understand the logic, I guess. But she was like, I can give you some cough drops. And I was like, I mean, okay, like, sure. I'll take some cough drops because that's better than nothing, right? you know, theoretically, it's better than nothing. So I had these cough drops. We're just gonna go to another parking lot really quick because there was someone looking at me and it made me nervous. Tee. And we're here. So she gave me cough drops. I took them. Didn't really help me. I was quite sick. So I mean, no. I can't remember them working at all, but I did have them. So like, I went to the nurse. I assumed she would call my parents to, you know, see if I could have other medicine or just to let them know I was sick or whatever. But yeah, so I just assumed that. I was a kid. Who am I to figure out what's supposed to happen in these situations? Yeah, who am I to tell the adult what to do in this situation? So I assumed she probably like contacted my parents, told them I was sick, or maybe asked them if I could take more medicine or whatever. But I just continued going about my week. I remember one night, this is like the one fond memory I have of this situation, is like I said, I was so sick that I wouldn't sleep at all during the night, so I was exhausted. I was just so tired because I didn't sleep for a week straight, pretty much. So I remember one night we got back to our cabin after all the activities and everything, and I like sat down on my bed for a moment, like I was fully clothed, shoes on, everything, and I kind of like laid down just for a second because we had these like checks we had to do at night, where our counselor would be like, have you showered or gone to the bathroom or whatever, you know, just to make sure I don't know. So we would do those checks every night just to make sure we were in tip-top shape, ironically. And so I was waiting for that to happen, so I just lay down for a second, and I like guess I was so tired that I just passed out. Like I was out. And I remember one of my cabin mates like untied my shoes and like took off my shoes for me, which is just like such a sweet thing to do for someone. Because like we were friends, like we were together for 2 weeks, you know, but other than that we didn't really know each other. So I don't know, that's just something like I always think of as such a sweet memory, is the fact that she like kind of like took care of me in that moment. So I really did appreciate that. That was really kind. Unfortunately I had to wake up after that to do my little bed check, so I did get a couple minutes of sleep in that moment, thanks to my friend. So I did get a couple minutes of sleep, and then the rest of the night I coughed again, so no sleep. And I was in the oldest group of cabins that time, because like I said, I was like 5th, 6th grade, and that was my phone is freaking out for a second because it was in direct sunlight, so we're just gonna hold it. But yeah, so I was in the oldest group, and our cabins for the girls were the farthest away from literally everything in the camp. It was quite a trek to get there, and you had to go up a hill on the way to anything. So I like have a distinct memory of walking to an activity, from leaving from our cabin, going up the hill, and having to like stop because I physically stopped being able to breathe. Like I was coughing so much, my lungs were just not my body was not taking it. I remember I was sitting there like trying to catch my breath because just that small walk up this little hill just was too much for my little body to take at that point, and I just like I couldn't breathe at all, which is kind of a scary feeling. So I remember that. I was a bit concerned about my well-being at that point. So I remember later that day, I think this was Friday, so I was really like, my health had, you know, been like steadily plummeting and then like just kind of drop off. I was not doing well. I was still having a fun time at camp, like with my friends and the activities and stuff. I was just very, very sick. So you see my little dramatics about how I could have died. I mean, technically I really could have, because like I said, I wasn't able to breathe. If I had continued doing, there was like a whole nother week of camp, I don't know, I might have not done well. But it was Friday and my parents were picking me up Saturday, so, you know, I figured I could make it one more day. So Friday night there's a dance. It's not like a dance, it's just like a fun little thing. It's in the stable, the horse stable, so it's just like fun little camp dance, clean songs, fun dancing, you know. And so like I said earlier that day, I was really not being able to breathe. Really, I was coughing crazy. I'd lost my voice. So I went to the nurse's office again, about like right after lunch, because I couldn't eat anything either. I was just really so sick. And so I went to the nurse after lunch, and it was either after the lunch, it was like kind of in the afternoon, just a bit of time, a couple hours before the dance was supposed to happen. And so she let me lay down. I think I had a popsicle or something, like one of those just ice pops that are in those like little plastic tubes. And I think I took a nap there. And listen, if you know me, I don't nap. That's not my thing. I'm never able to nap. I was so sick. I wasn't sleeping at all. I had not slept at all during the week. So this is like weird for me. This doesn't happen. So you can tell I was not doing well. And so I just laid down and I like took a nap or whatever for a couple hours, or I don't think I slept that long, for like an hour. And I woke up and I was like kind of feeling a little bit better. And I have this weird thing where when I'm sick, I just don't want to like sit out or like not do things, because I feel like people will think I'm faking it, or like I'm being over dramatic. I don't know. I don't want people to think that. So my girl, the nurse, gave me some more cough drops. So I had some more cough drops on me, and I decided, I was like, okay, I'll go to the dance, because I don't, like I feel a little bit better now after sleeping for like 30 minutes. I don't want them to think I was just skipping it on purpose because I wanted to, and I'm actually not sick at all and I'm faking or whatever. So I was like, I had anxiety about it even at that age. So I went to the dance and I did not feel good still the whole time, but I, like I said, it's still fun. I still had a fun time at camp. I just was not doing well physically. And so yes, the dance is over. We go to bed that night. I don't sleep all night because I'm coughing. I feel so very bad, because I feel like it was very annoying that I was coughing all night, but I could not help it. So the next morning, my parents pick me up, and I'm like, I'm dead. Physically, mentally exhausted. I'm coughing, my throat hurts, my stomach hurts, my head hurts, like I can't really talk. I've lost my voice, it's in and out. And my parents are there, and I'm like, hey, like coughing. I don't even know what I sounded like, but I was like, hey, like I'm sick. And my mom was like no one told me. Apparently she was not contacted. Wrong of me to assume she would have been. She was not contacted. So, my brothers are there, we're all going home, and we're like, okay, as soon as we get home, we'll go to the doctor. So we go to the doctor, and we go to one of those like CVS like 1-minute clinic things, do you know what I'm talking about? Just like a quick little checkup thing. And I'm just sitting there chilling, like I just got back from camp that day, and she comes out and she's like, you have bronchitis. And I was like, I had to do it to him, I was like, what? She was like, yep, you have bronchitis. I was like, well, cool, thanks. And that was around the time when that video of the woman in the fire who had like ran away from the fire, who had bronchitis, that video was circulating. So then anytime I would tell my friends I had bronchitis, they would make fun of me because of that video. So very topical time for me to get sick. But my mom was like, bro, why didn't they call me? Because I was just, I don't know, I feel like that definitely could have been dangerous, considering that's something you should get medication for. You should like stay indoors and be like in the air conditioning and like not do physical exerting activities like sports and stuff that I did there. And again, there's nothing on this camp, like I had a great time. I'm not saying the name. I only went, I think that was the last summer I went to it. It was still like fun. I had friends. I enjoyed the experience, but boy, was I dead. I'm just saying, technically I could have died, so I'm not really stretching the truth that much. Anyways, I know that was kind of a random story, but I like telling little stories sometimes about things I've done. So if you have any questions about that experience, let me know in the comments down below. Leave me hate if you want, whatever you want. It's your life. You can do whatever you want. If you don't want to leave me hate, don't. If you want to leave me nice comments, I'd love that. Just leave me any feedback below. Let me know if you'd like more of these kind of chill story time style videos. again, I'm probably the only one watching this, so I'll just keep doing whatever I want. But if you guys leave feedback, then I'll definitely try to give you some videos that you want. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. AlrightyRoo, I'm Bellaboo, and I will see you later. Bye-bye. Woo! Bro, I know I really sounded dramatic, but I was doing so poorly physically and apparently mentally because I thought people thought I was faking. Hello, my dudes, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Just in case I forgot my intro, there it is again.